class. Today we're going to be wrapping up Unit 8 and looking at finding the missing side given the perimeter. So we did the same thing with the area, and now we're looking at how can we find the missing side of a rectangle when we just have the perimeter. So let's get started. So I'm going to write find missing side given the perimeter, and I am on page 105. Okay, so let's start off by writing our objective at the top. So today I will find the missing side when given the perimeter. Okay, so let's just review. Let's say that we have a rectangle and we have the following measurements. So let's say that our width is 7 and our length is 10. So to find a perimeter of a rectangle that has a length of 10, so how long it is, and how wide it is, which is our width, we would add up all the sides. So that's how we find the perimeter. Our formula is still the same. The formula is perimeter equals length plus width plus width. So you're adding up all the sides, okay? Okay, so now we want to look at what happens if they give us the perimeter and then we're just missing either the width or the length. How do we find out the missing variable? So first, let's write out our steps and then we will do a couple examples together. So I'm going to write my steps here. Okay. Step 1. Figure out what you know. So you're going to get some sort of mini word problem. So the first thing we want to do is attack it, right? Use our cube strategy, circle what we know, underline math words, highlight all of our numbers, okay? So first you want to figure out known information. Okay, then we want to draw out our rectangle with the given information. So we want to draw the rectangle. Okay, then once we do that, we're going to write our formula because we have to know our formula in order to figure out if our length is missing or if our width is missing. So we're going to write the formula for perimeter. Okay, once we write it out, then we're going to start plugging in our known information. So step 4 is going to be plug in known information. Okay, once we do that, then we're really ready to attack. So then we're actually going to start doing some math. So step 5 is going to be add up known sides. So whether you have your length or your width, you will add them both up. So whether you have two lengths that you know and you're just missing your width, or you have your width and you're missing your length, you would add up the two numbers. So add up known sides and subtract total from perimeter, because with these problems We are given the perimeter, so we are given P already. Okay, and then our final last step is step 6. And we are going to divide the difference. So we're going to divide the difference between our known side and the perimeter by 2, because your width or your lengths are split into 2. So you have to divide by 2 to get actually what just one side is. Because if you don't divide, then you'll have what the 2 sides are, but we just need to figure out the one side. So we want to divide the difference by 2 to find missing side. Let's do an example together. So let's say that we have a problem that looks like this. The perimeter of a room is 48 feet. The length of the room is 14 feet. How wide is the room? Okay, I'm gonna get out another color, because the first thing I have to do is locate the known information. So the perimeter of a room is 48 feet. So we have perimeter is what? 48 feet. Okay, and then we are given the length. So the length of the room is 14 feet. How wide is the room? So our missing info is our width. Okay, so now that we've read it, we've kind of understood, let's draw it, what we know. So I'm going to draw the room. Okay, so what do we know? We know our perimeter is 48, so we know that all of this, when added up, equals 48. So once you get it and you have all your sides, they should all add up to 48. So when you check your work, everything should add up to 48. Okay, we know that the length of the room is 14 feet. So we know that L equals 14 and L equals 14. We do not know our width yet. Okay, so I drew my picture. I know what I need to do. Now I'm going to write the formula for perimeter. So I know that the perimeter equals length plus width plus width. Okay, now I need to plug in known information. So I'm going to plug in what I know. So I know that P actually is 48 feet, and my length is actually 14. So I know 14 plus 14, but I still don't know my width. Okay, now I can start figuring out what my missing width is. So the first thing I'm going to do is add up my known sides. So I'm going to add these up. So 14 plus 14 equals 28. Then I'm going to subtract my known information from my total, which is my perimeter. So I'm going to subtract 28 from here. So now I have 8 minus 8 is 0. 4 minus 2 is 2. So now I have 20 equals width plus width. So now I need to think about what two numbers, when added up, give me 20. That's going to be what one of my width is. So you can think of it that way, or you can just divide by 2. So I'm just going to divide by 2 because that's pretty simple. So 2 can go into 2 one time. That's 0. And I can bring down the 0. It's cannot go into it, so it is 10. 2 divided by 20 is 10, or 10 plus 10 is 20, okay? Or you could do it division area model. So we could do 10 inside, or sorry, 20 inside, divided by 2. 2 can go into 2 one time, which gives me 2. My remainder is 0. 10. So how wide is the room? The room is 10 feet. So the width equals 10 feet. Let's do if the perimeter of a rectangle is 14 centimeters and the length of one side is 5 centimeters. What is the width? Okay, first thing I'm going to do is mark it up and figure out what I know. So the perimeter of the rectangle is 14 centimeters, and the length of one side is 5 centimeters, and we need to figure out what is the width. Now I'm going to draw my picture. My perimeter is 14 centimeters total, and one length is 5 centimeters, so we have 5 centimeters and 5 centimeters, and I do not know my width, but whatever one width is should all equal. Okay, so now I need to write my perimeter and plug in my known information. So I know that my perimeter is P equals length plus width, and now I'm going to plug in what I know based off of my word problem. So I know that P equals 14 and length equals 5. So 5 plus 5 plus W. Now I'm going to add these two up and it gives me 10. So now I have 10 plus W. I'm going to subtract 10 from here and subtract it over here from my perimeter. 4 minus 0 is 4. So 4 equals W plus W. So I got to think what two numbers when added give me 4, or 4 divided by 2 is what? Well, I know that 4 divided by 2 is 2. So 2 equals W. So there we go. 2 is your width. Okay, I'm going to give you one for homework. So let's write this one together. Let's do if the perimeter of a rectangle is 32 feet, and the width, so now we know the width, and we're probably going to be missing the length, so the width of one side is 8 feet. What is the length?